Are we on yet? Is this all?
It's rolling. I can't do nothing about the rest of you guys.
We got.
Hey kids, Comic Book Man here with my good buddy.
Good old JR.
Hey, good old JR. And today we're here to talk about a little bit of media news. Not a lot, but a little bit. And
more like
a skosh, an aperitif.
That little bit, a soup song.
A soup song of media news. First off, we're going to talk about Wolverine.
Are we?
Origins, the X-Men movie that's coming out real soon.
Nobody wants to see that.
Oh, sure they do.
No.
Everybody wants to see it. As a matter of fact, I hear 20th may have made sure everybody wants to see it by...
Conspiracy theory, ladies and gentlemen. They might have deliberately leaked. You guys all know this already. They deliberately leaked a work print onto the internets.
You mean it was a deliberate leak? It wasn't somebody sticking it under their coat and sneaking out the back door with it? Yeah.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to go get myself a pizza. I'm leaving for a half an hour. You know, make sure nothing happens to this work print while I'm gone. I'll be back. I'll call you before I come back to make sure everything's okay.
It's going to take me half hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm coming back now. Is everything safe? Okay, good. I'm coming right back.
But the story is that Fox felt that there was a little too much attention being given to another summer movie coming out.
Which one would that be?
That would be Star Trek. The internet was abuzz with Star Trek talk. Nobody was talking about Wolverine.
Oh, well.
So they said,
I can't see why not.
Let's get this work print out there. And sure, it shifted the spotlight for a moment or two on Wolverine. And now that several people, including, I think we know some people that might have seen this Wolverine movie.
I've seen the Wolverine movie. And Bocephus has seen the Wolverine movie, too. The work print, I should say. The work print. The work print, not the movie.
He didn't claw his eyes out yet.
Yeah. The Wolverine movie. Okay, here, Wolverine movie. Most of you have probably seen the work print anyway. Yeah. But the Wolverine movie, it's a work print. The effects are, for the most part, they're all rough. So you skip over that part when you're watching the work print because you know they're going to fix it or do something with it at some point. So I don't judge it based on the effects anyway. As far as the movie's concerned, for X-Men movies, which are like down here, and the Spider-Man, Batman movies are up here, okay, but as far as X-Men movies go, if you think 2 is the best of the bunch, this would probably be right behind 2.
That's not saying much.
Like I said, we're down here and up here.
That's not saying much.
Mad TV has a thing called lowered expectations, okay? So if your lowered expectations are down here, the Wolverine movie comes in probably right behind number 2. I think number 2 is probably the best of that bunch, at least for the first half. I think it goes to hell in a handbasket in the second half. But the first half I thought was pretty good in X-Men too.
Thanks to you, I saw the first, half an hour of it?
Yes, he's seen the first half an hour of it. He was blown away by it.
I would never want to watch the rest of it, to be quite honest with you. I'm indifferent. That's
another 4-star review from JR.
Yes, thumbs indifferent.
Anyway.
Yeah, kind of here. I can't get it to go any other direction.
The Wolverine film, the movie doesn't step on any toes for anything that happened continuity-wise in the other 3 X-Men films. It dances around it. It's a little vague in spots. Okay, it makes sure that it conforms to the existing continuity. And when I was watching the thing, the one thing I thought of was you could box set this with the other 3 X-Men films and have a 4-box set, and it would be just fine. It wouldn't confuse anybody.
That 4-box set would be the equivalent of a video lobotomy.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's the movie succeeds at what it's trying to do. Does it try to aspire to anything greater?
No, it doesn't try to do
say a Spider-Man or a Batman or a Spider-Man 2? No, it doesn't. All it tries to do is to hump out Wolverine's origin and tell a halfway entertaining story. It succeeds on that level. Is it going to change your life? No.
Did you have a mild sensation of being entertained?
Yes, I had a vague sensation of being entertained.
You know, the sad thing, and we've talked about this, this thing is going to make a ton more money than Watchmen did.
Probably, yeah. Even if it comes out and stinks, it'll probably make more money.
And it just shows to Goya.
Yes?
That if you ask an audience to do any heavy lifting, forget about it.
Oh.
Forget about it.
None of that deep thinking stuff.
You know, let the claws come out, and, you know, let's segue right into Wolverine, into another area.
Oh, you know, I hear that Wolverine will bring me a pizza.
He will. He'll
bring me a pizza with anchovies.
Hugh Jackman, with his perfect hair, will bring you a Papa John's pizza.
Oh, I love Papa John's.
Any of you fans out there of Wolverine who like your dark, gritty, bloody Wolverine, turn on the TV because he's selling pizzas now. I ran into a Papa John's commercial.
He saw that. I haven't.
And, you know, it's great because they show you a shot of the pizza, a shot of close-up of his hands, and the claws come out, and the next thing you know, the pizza's cut.
Does it spin around, and is it steaming?
I don't know. I was so dumbfounded by the whole thing. You know, any credibility? How do you create a credibility with a character who's hawking pizzas?
That's just it. That's just it. I mean, you know, this X-Men movie, it's designed to sell pizzas. It's designed to sell Happy Meals. It's designed to sell toys. It's not designed to aspire to anything greater. And it pretty much hits all all cylinders.
Hitting the ground running, okay.
Yeah, it's the ground running as far as that goes. You know, it manages to hit its lowered expectations quite well.
You know what? For that same $10, go get yourself a case of Mountain Dew and have a good time. I mean, you really don't need to see it. As far as I'm concerned, nah.
Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about the future and the past of science fiction. One of the things that died this week, our time, was Starlog Magazine.
Yes.
Starlog Magazine. After 30 years, or 33 years, I forget what it is, 30 or 33 years, but 374 issues, Starlog Magazine threw in the towel this week. Supposedly, they might keep it going online. They haven't made a decision about that. Fangoria Magazine will still be coming out, but Starlog Magazine is dead. Now, I remember buying the first issue of Starlog Magazine.
Me too.
I remember buying it at Gennaro Drug Store, which is still there on 87th and Central Avenue, where I used to get my comics before I found the Comic Emporium and before I became Comic Book Man. I used to get them at Gennaro's Drugs, and I remember buying it there. And I remember looking at it and saying, my God, the Enterprise and Spock and McCoy and Kirk all on the cover, and it was the first science fiction based magazine to break out of the lower levels of comic book fandom into a mass market media thing. And at the time it was like manna from God. It was wonderful.
Remember in the old days, Tim, before the internet and before all that, that was our source of news.
That was it. Yeah, that was
our source of news. It was months old, but that was as good as it got.
And the flip side is the internet's what killed it. The internet's what's killed it.
And it's killing all other publications too, for that matter. Yes. Newspapers, magazines. And except Fangoria, because apparently horror fans don't have computers. Yeah,
you can't find enough horror pictures, on the internet, so you got to buy Fangoria. No. The flip side of that, though, is Sci-Fi Channel, SCIFI Channel. Jim
Which
told me
channel?
this.
What?
Sci-Fi Channel. The folks who brought you Wyvern, and the folks who brought you Thor,
Spring Break Shark Attack,
the Hammer of God, or Hammer of Thunder, and Spring Break Shark Attack are bringing you something new and bold and fresh in the area of science fiction, and that is...
They're changing their name.
To what?
It's going from sci-fi to sci-fi.
What?
Yeah. Instead of SCIFI, SYFY.
That's asinine.
Yes, it is. And
why are they doing this?
Oh, because they want to alienate as many people as they possibly can.
No, seriously. Why are they doing this?
No, there's a quote from the president of Sci-Fi Channel saying that the connotation of SCFI is nerdlings, and these are the words that he used.
Those are his words.
I'm not saying it, and that these are basement-dwelling people, and changing it to SYFY gives that appeal a little bit, bolsters it out of the gutter, and brings it up a little bit. But now the downside to this.
Yes, what's the downside?
Somebody came up with
outside of it being stupid.
Somebody did a little research and found out that the word SYFY in Polish means a venereal disease.
Good.
So, for those of you that
crack research staff at Sci-Fi,
and also the other reason is a lot more little bit self-induced than anything else, is that they can actually copyright SYFY as opposed to SCIFI.
Oh, okay.
And they
so
can
they
sell
can copyright
mugs and
it.
T-shirts, right? They can
sell you can't copyright SCIFI, but SYFY you can copyright.
So if you want to wear a shirt that in Polish says you have a venereal disease, knock yourself out.
So if you've been watching Sci-Fi Channel all your life, and I stopped caring about it a couple of years ago, but if you've been watching Sci-Fi Channel all your life, guess what? They want to get rid of you because they think
you're a basement dweller.
They think that there's a bigger pool out there of women who will watch SYFY and upscale men who don't dwell in their parents' basement who will watch Sci-Fi Channel instead. So watch for the imminent death of the Sci-Fi Channel sometime within the next 5 years.
And just because it's called SYFY doesn't mean girls are going to want to watch Mansquito.
Oh, Mansquito. No. It's a wonderful show. Before we get out of here, one last bit of news. Buffy may be coming back.
Possibly.
But she's going to be a mom.
Yes. Or, with an infant like a baby with a steak in her mouth.
Will it have a steak?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It'll kill baby vampires.
No, I think I heard recently that Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pregnant. I think that she's pregnant with a Freddie Prinze thing. Freddie Prinze. Well, yeah, okay, pretty much, with a Freddie Prinze thing.
Sorry, Fred, if you're watching.
Yeah. Anyway, Freddie Prinze and her, I guess, have spawned, and he'll make a thing.
Yes.
But so this might be a ways down the road. This might be a ways down the road.
Yeah. So look for that.
Okay.
And I think we're.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. So we're
from the garden spot of SETI Alpha 5. What?
Free Comic Book Day is coming up May 2nd. Don't miss it here at Alternate Reality. We do it every single year, and we're doing it this year. Here are some of this year's wonderful offerings. There's 40 titles this year. Here's 3 of them.
40.
They'll all be here on Free Comic Book Day. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. May 2nd is when it starts.
Yeah.
Don't miss it.
Bye.